the last video, you learned how to grab only the items in a certain category. With our current data, that's only 4 items on a category page, so it doesn't really make much difference how it's sorted. That's easy enough to see everything. But when we look at our full catalog of 12 items, we can start to see how we could easily miss a particular item when our catalog expands. It would be much easier to find things if we could sort this by title. So let's get into our function and make some modifications. Go back into function.php and go into the array category function. After we check if this item matches our category, we want to create a variable to use for sorting. We can choose any element to sort with, but title would seem to be the most useful. So we set sort equals item title. Now, instead of just adding the key to the array, we also want to assign the value to sort. We change this line to be output ID equals sort. Before we return our output array, we need to do 2 things. 1, sort the array using a built-in function called asort. Asort output. And 2, since we changed our array to include more than just the keys, we want to return only the keys, like we did on null. So again, we use array keys. Let's go back to our browser and see what this looks like on our page. We go into Books. Our book items are now sorted by title. Great! But you'll notice the clean code is at the end because it starts with a T. Typically, when items are alphabetized, the preposition a, and the are ignored at the beginning of the title. Let's set up our code to work that way. We want to remove or trim any the, a, or an from the beginning of our sort. To do this, we'll use another built-in function, ltrim, meaning trim from the left. After setting the variable for sort, let's add the following line. Sort equals ltrim sort the space. Make sure you include the space after the, or it will trim the off anything and not just the word the. This means that theme would become me, and that's not what we want to happen. Let's copy this line twice and change the to a and an, respectively. Now, when we refresh our page in the browser, our books are sorted by title, and the clean coder is right next to clean code, because the sort is ignoring the at the beginning of the title. Our movies page and our music page are also sorting alphabetically. The only page that's not sorting alphabetically yet is our full catalog. Let's go back into our function and fix that. Back in our function, we have it returning just an array of all the keys if our category is null. Let's combine our if statements. Let's move this first if down to this if. And then we'll combine it with an or. Now our function will sort the items that match our category or sort all the items if we pass a null category. Before we go, let's change our H1 tag to include the link to the full catalog. We only want to do this if we're on a category page. So we'll start by adding a conditional. Up here with our page title, we'll first start with if section is not equal null, we're going to do something. Pay special attention to the exclamation point, which is our negation or not operator. It can be confusing when you start working with negatives, but it can also make things a lot easier. One value not true versus multiple values that are true. If our section variable is null, then we are on our full catalog and we don't need to show that link. But we are checking to see if our section variable is not null. so we can print an extra line that links to our full catalog. We're going to use a special character to separate our title. Ampersand, GT, semicolon. This is a greater than sign, but it keeps it from being confused with our HTML. Whether our section variable is null or not, we still want to keep our page title. Now, when we preview our page, we can click through our categories and back to our full catalog. Our catalog page is ready to go, and you've learned a lot about utilizing arrays and the built-in array functions. There are several other functions associated with sorting and arrays, including reverse order and sorting the array keys instead of the values. Go back into the array functions in the PHP docs and give some of them a try.